Alrighty now, this is DJ Zave with Rage and Riff on Castle Blakk Radio. But today is a special day for me. Today I'm here with the drummer from BlueGem, Kenshiro, and Charlotte September. Everybody give a warm welcome to my good friend, Gio Pardalos.
Hey,
How's it
what's
going?
up, dude? Yeah, it's good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Doing alright. Woke up a little late. We tried to get this one scheduled a little earlier, but it is what it is. At least we're here. At least we're doing the interview.
Yeah, and the time difference, of course.
Yeah,
It's always an issue.
the time difference is definitely a huge thing. Cause like I really did want to do this one live, not so much tape, but it's just like
Oh yeah.
time difference was gonna mess it up since like my scheduling is different than yours, and yeah,
Mm.
definitely
Yeah, it
crazy.
makes sense.
Yeah, but so I do want to give you a big announcement. I did message you this yesterday on Facebook, but I just want to go over this again.
Yeah.
Your band Kenshiro has been nominated by yours truly, DJ Zave, to be our featured artist of the month on Castle Blakk Radio.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
No problem, man. I mean, I really enjoyed the music, and then as soon as I told the station manager, JB Metal, that I listened to your music, I really liked it, you sent it to me, he told me to send it to him. He enjoyed it, so we not only just made you featured artist in a month, but we've also added you into our music library for each one of our DJs to be able to access at any time and play.
Oh, dude, that's amazing. Yeah, thanks for that.
No problem, man. No problem. But yeah. I mean, got 16 questions for you. Hopefully, they're good questions.
All right, all right. Looking forward to
If anything's a stupid question, just yell at me. I don't mind.
it. Okay, cool, cool. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, man. So, first question I do want to start you off with, and this is the one
All
that I'm
right.
most interested into out of all these 16. Um, what was the origin of Blue Gem?
Right. Okay, that's a cool question. Well, Blue Gem. Well, it started out with me and my friend in elementary school. We started early. Uh, under we were under a different name in the beginning. This was 2005, and I guess it all started with a school concert, just a little thing that we did in school, and then we it developed into just going all in on a serious band after that. Um, and um, how did it start? I guess we were just inspired by the bands that we grew up listening to, and we were uh, there were certain records and DVDs that really inspired us back then, and um, yeah, it was it all happened pretty fast, and that was the beginning.
So, out of all the bands that you guys listened to growing up, what band would you say would be like the biggest inspiration for Blue Gem? Like, what particular band or even song?
Okay, well, yeah, that would be Green Day by far.
Awesome.
Like that is our main inspiration, and I guess that Green Day are like the band uh that got us started, or got us that made us start a band. We had watched I think it was a live DVD, and we were just so inspired, and we loved it ever since we discovered the band. So yeah, definitely Green Day. But we grew up listening to all kinds of cool pop punk bands such as Sum 41, Blink 182,
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Card, um, but even some more straight punky stuff like let's say Anti Flag, No Warning. Um, what else? Exploited. Yeah, really just a bunch of cool punk bands.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that because I got into four bands when I think I was 11 when I got into the whole rock genre, like everything all included. And
Oh yeah.
the first four bands I got into was Metallica, Slayer, and then Green Day, and then BlueGem.
Okay. Wow. That's so cool, dude. Wow. And very random. Damn.
Yeah, especially when you have Metallica and Slayer that are more so on like the heavy metal, thrash metal side, and then you have like the pop punk, Green Day,
Yeah.
and BlueGem. But you know, I,
Yeah.
I have a particular liking for like all genres of metal and all genres of rock, except for like black metal. That's something I'm not too sold on yet. Maybe as time
Yeah, man.
progresses.
We can definitely agree on that. Like I'm into a lot of different kinds of metal, but also a bunch of other genres. But Metallica was actually my first big concert that I went to.
Oh, really?
Like the big, like a huge concert that I think it was in 2008, and I hadn't really been to like a like a big show. So Metallica was the first one there. And obviously I've seen Green Day. I've seen Green Day like four times, and they're amazing live. So so yeah, we definitely listened a lot to metal as well.
Yeah, Metallica was what got me into the whole rock metal genre. They're my favorite band, actually. A little bit of a fun fact there.
Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. I guess they're a lot of people's favorite and inspiration, and yeah, I mean they're huge and their influence is huge.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Yeah.
So, next question I got for you here. From
Hmm.
all of your Blue Gem music, which song would you say is your personal favorite?
Hmm. Um. Well, I'm gonna say the it's a little bit tough because there's so many unreleased songs that are so good.
Mm,
But I guess it would make sense to mention those since people wouldn't know what they are unless they've been to our shows. So I'm gonna stick with the released ones, and that would be "Music for You."
amazing song.
Um,
Very
Thanks, man.
good.
That was our last single, and that was in 2014, I believe. 2014 and 2013. I should mention to those who don't know that BlueGem are inactive right now, and we haven't. We've done a couple of shows, a couple of reunions here and there, but we're not really active right now. Um, but the music's still out there, and our sites are still up and all that. But yeah, so it's been a while since the last release, but that would be my favorite, "Music for You."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually last night I was playing music for you when I was on air, so that's actually kind of
Ah,
ironic in a
cool,
way.
man. That's cool, man.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I love that song.
I enjoy the song. I mean, I honestly of all the music I've heard from Blue Gem, and this isn't me just trying to be like, just praising you guys, but every single song that I have heard, I don't think I've
Yeah.
disliked a single song, if I'm being completely honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. And they're so different, Some are so different.
Yeah.
Um, so if you like all of that, then I guess you have a pretty broad taste.
When it comes to especially like rock and metal, I'm not very picky with what I listen to. It
Hmm.
really has to be like really, really bad in order for me not to like it. And
Okay, yeah.
I
Fair.
mean, you guys smash it out of the park every time you're recording and uploading all your music. Like, it's genuinely
Thanks, man.
you're genuinely up there. My favorite bands, and especially in like the whole pop punk,
Wow.
it's like probably number one.
Wow, dude. That's awesome, dude. Yeah.
That's why like
Man, yeah.
that's why I was so
Go on.
oh my god, I can't even say the word excited. I'll just use that word instead. To jump on this interview with you, and when I got contacted back, I was like, oh my god! Like, first thing I did was my friend was actually the one who showed me Blue Gem from
Oh.
Maryland, that Pokemon YouTuber, which I will talk about in a couple minutes here.
Oh, yes. Of course. The Pokemon one. Of course it is. Okay, yeah, yeah. Keep going, yeah.
But he showed me them. He's like, "Yo, listen to Dead Quiet by Blue Gem," because that's when I was getting into rock music. I'm like, "Okay, this better be good." I'm like, "Okay, this is freaking amazing." I'm like, "Okay," so for like the last what was it, 2014 when we listened to it, so it's in 2023, so about 9 years. We've just been playing the
Yeah.
music, talking about the music, and it was actually like crazy because we have a buddy who's in the film department, and he was coming. He might be coming up with like a new film or something. He was like, "Yo, we should tell our friend Sal here that he should go and put Dead Quiet in one of his movies." I'm like, I don't think I can get contacted that band,
Wow.
and here we are today.
Dude, yeah, dude, go for it. That'd be cool. Um, yeah, that's cool, man. And where are you based again?
I'm in New Jersey in the USA.
Right, yeah. Wow, it's so random how that song got all the way there through that channel. You know, it's so random
Yeah,
to me, at least.
po-
Yeah.
Pokemon has always been like a huge interest of mine, and that guy Maryland, he actually like I used to watch him religiously, but like
Oh.
that part of the video when it came to the music, I just thought it was like end credits, so I just like closed out the video. It wasn't until my friend told me something, and I was just like, all right, let me not listen to it through here. Let me actually listen to the song because I just want to do like a quick research on my Spotify playlist. If I want to see my first ever Spotify
Yeah.
playlist, where is it here? It's loading. Here we go. Songs. BlueGem is the first song added July 23rd, 2014 on my first ever Spotify playlist.
Oh wow.
So,
That's cool. Cool, dude. Man, I really appreciate you playing the music and airing it and all of that. That means a lot. Even if we're not active, it's cool that people still listen to it and have it in their playlists. That's rad.
yeah, man, not a problem. Like I said, I enjoy the music. It's quality music. It fits our criteria a little bit, so might as well play it.
Cheers, man.
Thank you. So, next song, not next song, next question I got for you. I was trying to read the question and talk at the same time, but
Yeah.
the question is, what song of yours did you feel like had the most meaning behind it?
Okay. Interesting. Let me think about that for a sec. Um, Actually, let me pull up our EPs here so I can see the most meaningful one. I have a couple of thoughts, but I gotta see them all and make sure. Okay, so we had two EPs and two singles, I think, and the most meaningful one. That's tough, man. Because we always strive to write meaningful lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have a single love song, and I don't think we have like a song that's like based on everyday things. It's usually pretty deep and meaningful, or at least that's what we're going for. So let's see. There's music for you, of course. There's Dead Quiet. There's Mental Circus, which is also pretty deep if you read and kind of think about what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Different ending is also kind of deep, but the most meaningful. I'm only looking at these four. Let me see all of them just so I can. Okay, there's change is very meaningful. Um, let's see. The question is like deep questions, questions about life. It's that kind of thing. Like what is real? It's about reality and stuff. That's kind of deep.
Yeah.
Um, Most meaningful. Um, I guess. Um, I guess change.
Change.
Change. Yeah, it's about changing the world or making an impact with a vision you have. Trying to make. It's the cliche, trying to make the world a better place. That kind of message, but
Yeah.
it's and we wrote that early on. That was like our 2010 EP, but something about that is um, very meaningful to me, I guess. And Dead Quiet also, I guess, needs. to be mentioned because Dead Quiet is about mental illness and uh, Mental Circus as well. They have a similar message about mental illness. Uh, Me and Eric wrote those, and they're about like we tried to like write it from the perspective of someone who has some kind of mental illness, like or is like has social anxiety or um, feels
Like,
distant from everybody or like isolated from the
yeah.
world or something like that. So that's kind of deep and real. It's a real message that I think um, is meaningful, probably very meaningful to some people. So I would say I couldn't pick one. So I guess change and Dead Quiet.
Okay. Yeah. Dead Quiet. I always perceived it as like somebody who was just isolated and alone and had like nobody to talk to and felt like they were kind of just like, running themselves
Mm.
crazy. Would you say that's like how the
Yeah,
song was portrayed, or?
yeah, that's accurate.
All right.
Um, yeah, it's like we're trying to paint a picture of this guy and his fears and shadows on the wall. I see them crawl. Um, Dead quiet. Um, you know, um, it's like the land of the dead. Um, I'm all alone here. This room is getting colder. I'm looking over my shoulder. Those kind of things. We're trying to paint that picture of fear and anxiety, and from the perspective of the guy who's experiencing it.
All right. Cool. Cool. All right. So the next question, which we did touch a bit on this before. So Maryland, the Pokemon YouTuber, as you know, gave you guys a bit of a shout out on the end of his video.
Yeah.
What were your initial impressions to seeing the video and everything else tied into that?
Well, yeah, it's funny because at first I got a link from a friend of mine that was she was a huge Pokemon fan. She probably still is, and she was watching these Maryland videos. And I got a link, and I was like, "What is this? A Pokemon thing?" I wasn't into it, and I was like, "Oh, whatever." And then she said, "No, your song is on there, and it's got so many views." And okay, so I checked it out, and I looked for it, and I couldn't see the song because it was like at the end or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited and I waited and I waited, and then Dead Quiet came up, and it fit so well with the video, and it was cool. And I saw the views, and here's the insane thing was that people were talking about the song and not so much the video. I saw comments where they said like, I stuff like I discovered Dead Quiet through this video, or Maryland brought me here so I could find Dead Quiet, or I added it to the playlist, and what are the lyrics? Please post the lyrics, and so many things related to the song, and that was so cool to see. Um, and yeah, so I guess it was a great feature.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's how me and my friend discovered you. So, I mean, it
Yeah,
works out great in the end.
that's the cool part. That's the cool part. How it led to people abroad discovering us, the band from from Little Bergen in Norway,
Mm-hmm.
uh, which you probably haven't even heard of the city, but the the song made its way through that random video, and that's kind of cool how it, um, yeah, how it got heard by so many people that way.
It's just crazy to believe that if I was not a Pokemon fan, and especially of the YouTuber Maryland, I don't think we'd be sitting
Yeah,
here right now. That's
no, that's true.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's fair to say. Yeah,
It's awesome, man.
that's weird.
I like how it spread through the world, and I like not just BlueGem, your other two bands, Charlotte September and Conchero, which I do want to get into a little bit later as well. But
Cool.
those bands, it's all about like promotion and stuff like that, and like I can see all three of the bands, even if BlueGem's inactive, like still becoming more widespread and doing really well because all of the music is fantastic from all three bands. So
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
of course, it's I think it's pretty quality music, especially Kenshiro, because like I have a lot of music for DJing that I have purchased and downloaded and archived from libraries and whatnot. But I
Yeah,
actually off air am listening to Kenshiro a lot, especially also Blue Gem. Charles September only has one song, but I have listened to that song a
yeah.
number of times as well. It's genuine music that I actually do enjoy. I know I've said that like over and over. I'm like a record player here, but
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, that's cool, man.
so the next question I have for you is
Yeah,
you said you guys are no longer active, but however,
yeah.
do you have any plans to release any new singles or albums or anything of that?
All right, that's actually the perfect question.
All right.
And I guess this is gonna be my official first time announcing it somewhere. So that's cool. Um, we have been working on a single. Wow. And that's so weird to say because it's been so long. We haven't, last time we were in the studio was 2013 or something. So that's like 10 years ago. But we have been working on a single, and it is a great one. Like, if I may say so myself, it is a really good one. We took our time with it, and it's not even done yet. We still have to do vocals and mixing, but it's going to be great. I can't wait for you to check that one out. And that is just, I guess, just to show that we still love making music, and we we wanted to get together and record this great song because we have so many great unrecorded songs, unreleased material. Some of it that we've performed live, and some of it uh, has never been performed even. But this song in particular, which I won't say which song it is yet, um, but we will announce it as soon as it's close to finish. Um, but this song has not been released before. It's not on any EP or single or anything. I don't think there's even a live clip of it anywhere. So that's cool. But I mean, unfortunately for those who are curious to know, but I will say it is a great song, and we're very proud of it, and we're very proud of how it's turning out, this production. And it was really nice to get together with the guys again. Diedrich on bass, Eric vocals and guitars, and the original trio, if you will, and just doing this new song together. It was great. And if I'm gonna estimate a release, I'm guessing it's gonna be out by um, perhaps it's either gonna be early next year, like wintertime, January-ish,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe we hold it back until the summer. Uh, it all depends on a number of things, um, but yeah, it's definitely coming next year, and it's super rad. So I'm stoked about that. Um, Now, it doesn't mean that we have a bunch of new songs coming or an EP or anything like that. It's just that we want to show that we still love making music, and we wanted to show that we're still here. And even though we're inactive, we wanted to release something to the people that still listen to us, and maybe see if we can get some new listeners as well, with this with this new single. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the official announcement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty excited to hear it. Um, if you guys by chance at all want early promotion or anything, you can send me the track early, or you can send me it right on time. It doesn't matter. I am more than happy
Mm-hmm.
to promote that when the time comes. So,
Cool, man. That's great. We'll
yeah.
definitely send it to you. Yeah.
All right, cool, cool. So, got another tough question for you, or it could be tough, but what is
Okay.
your personal favorite memory with Blue Gem?
Ooh, yeah, that is tough. Um, we'll be back after the break. No, I'm just kidding. I need to think for a sec. The because there's been so much cool stuff. No, I got it. I got it. I will. Well, it's a series of memories, but it's our Finland tour for sure.
Mm.
Um, there were so many cool moments there. Um, I guess I could tell you a little bit about it. So in 2012, we did the Mental Circus tour,
Mm.
um, which was for our promoting our second EP, Mental Circus, and we we booked the tour ourselves. We booked everything ourselves. It was the hardest thing ever. It was. I remember I made so many phone calls. I sent so many emails. I got tons of rejection. It was just crazy. So much work. We didn't have an agent at a time. At the time, we had a manager, but um, he wasn't involved in booking the tour. Um, and yeah, and then the tour came, and we shared some gigs with another band from Finland, um, which was it was a band called Sanktio.
Mm.
They're a classic punk band, um, and we went sightseeing there. It was really cool. Um, we um, we went through some really bad hotels, which was funny because that's the crazy part. We hadn't booked everything in advance. It was insane. We were just winging the whole thing. We were winging the whole thing. It was just walking through the streets of Helsinki trying to find a hotel. It was getting late, and we hadn't found something that um, uh, we hadn't found a hotel, and we found a place. We thought that was it looked like an all right hotel, but apparently it was closed. And it was like it was this self-service. It was this weird thing where you check in yourself, and it's all automated. It was weird, and it was super late, and we ended up just backing out at the last second. And we I can't even remember where we did sleep in the end. Um, no, that's funny. I don't remember, but we had such a good time there in general. Just the gigs. We did some acoustic gigs, um, and then we did some proper gigs at a couple of different rock venues. Um, and it was just so much fun. We made new fans and friends, and we hung out in a studio. We slept in a studio for a night, and that was pretty cool. It was just us there. They didn't even they just showed us the way to the place, and then we just hung out in the studio, playing keyboards and fooling around there all night. It was a lot of fun, and I guess outside the tour, another cool memory was, and besides just playing with the guys, playing live and
Yeah.
bonding with the crowd and all the good stuff. Um, there was also recording the EP. I have to mention that as well because that was special. That was we did that in Oslo, um, which is like a 45-minute flight for us,
Mm.
and we had a friend that was a producer there, and we actually that's a fun fact. We actually recorded 5 songs that were meant to come out as an EP, and you've only heard two of those. Two of them were released, and that was Dead Quiet and Music for You. There were
Mm.
three other songs that were recorded, but we just didn't finish the project, and it never saw the light of day. So that's kind of interesting. Um, we played those songs live, but they were never released. So, but recording those songs were a great memory. So yeah, that was a huge answer, but there
Yeah.
was just so many good times that, uh, and I'm sure there's something awesome that I'm forgetting, and that sucks. But there was just so much stuff. So um, yeah, I guess I'm gonna leave it at that.
So you kind of killed two birds with one stone because
Okay.
the next question was about your Finland tour and the bands that you performed
Yeah.
with. So you answered that question for me, so I don't have to ask that
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna shift gears a little bit here. I'm gonna jump
All
over
right.
to one of your other bands. Um,
Okay.
when is your next release planned for Charlotte September?
Okay, okay. So Charlotte September released we released the debut single in May, and it's been going well, dude. It's been I think it has like 25,000 streams or so, and it hasn't been that long, so that's cool. And the next one is almost finished. We have a few vocals left, and then there's mixing. So I'm guessing. I'm guessing late September,
Late
which is
September.
fitting. Yeah,
Yeah.
which is fitting because of the name. Um, but yeah, so look out for that, like in the fall sometime, or early winter. Um, and that is, I have to say, it's a kick-ass song. Um, it is, in my opinion, even better than the first, if that's allowed to say. But um, and the first one was cool, man. I love it, but this one is insane. Because every band member is just, top notch.
Yeah.
We're all top notch, and everybody's uh, they have so much experience, and they love the music. It's not just like a job. It's like a passion project, and it's like, um, yeah, they just put so much effort into it, and they study all the details, and they're everybody's a nerd in this band, so it's like, or most of us anyway. So it's just sounding really good. It's like the best song I've ever produced, I dare say. So that one is gonna be killer.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Mm.
So this next question I have is $1 million big shot in the dark question, but
Okay.
it is. Would I be able to obtain any type of like BlueGem or Kenshiro or Charlotte memorabilia from you guys? Just like anything, like a shirt, anything like that works. Just so like when I'm outside of my house, off the air, I can promote and also just have something to have to collect. You know?
Yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, we could. I could send you physical EPs. Um, Maybe I could even get the guys to sign them. Who knows? Um, Merch. Could send you some merch. Um, I've got Kenshiro stuff. I've got Blue Gem stuff. Um, the Blue Gem EPs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah, definitely. We can hook you up with some stuff.
All right, cool. I just don't want to like drain wallets with international shipping because I know international
Yeah,
shipping
well,
could
yeah.
be a little bit on the expensive side. I don't really know too much.
Yeah,
I've
I
never shipped
guess.
anything internationally, but that's just a
Okay.
speculation.
I guess, yeah. I don't know the prices at the top of my head, but I don't. I think it's. I don't think it's too bad if it's not huge and heavy, and um, I guess it depends on the shipping type, I guess. But yeah, but we could definitely hook you up with something.
All right, cool. I'm good to talk about that one after the interview. Set up all the details and whatnot. So I'm not like
Yeah,
leaking all my information out to the world.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
So now I'm gonna jump back over to Blue Gem. Sorry for the unorganization here, but
No, 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 that's cool. That's cool. No
just
problem.
curious about a lot of things overall. So,
Mm-hmm.
with Blue Gem, how was your personal experience working with Eric and I forgot the other member you said?
Diedrich.
Diedrich. I'm sorry. How was your personal
Mm.
experience working with them, creating music? Like, you know, if let's just say you got a call from both of them saying, "Yo, like complete reunion right now, like we're doing it." Like, would that be something you'd be completely excited for, or would it be something you'd be all about?
I would be beyond excited, but that is the least likely thing in the world ever. Like that would be insane, but I'll be on that shit right away, and I think they know it, because I wasn't ready to you know take a break or quit the band, quote unquote.
Yeah,
Um, I wasn't ready for that. So every reunion has been a blast, and I know they think so too, or at least I think they do. Um, but working with them is awesome, man. I wish I could share some footage. I mean, I don't have anything available right now, but maybe I can maybe I can send you sometime. But um, just working in the studio with Eric, for example. We've worked together for the longest time. Um, a couple of things I like about working with him is that he thinks outside the box. He comes up with such original riffs. It's insane. He will play this weird thing on the guitar that I've never heard before. There was this riff with where he's playing an open string and he's bending another string, and it kind of sounds like an Indian sort of ethnic kind of sounding guitar riff.
hmm.
And I was like, "What's that weird riff, dude? What's that supposed to be?" And he's like, "No, check it out, check it out." And he did it on a 12 string, and it became the song "The Croplands," which is an awesome song, and it's so different. And I know it's not a fan favorite or anything, but it's just so original. It's so different, and it evolves. The whole song evolves in crazy ways that I think it's very cool. And uh, these are the kind of ideas that he would come up with, or the change riff. The change intro uh, is a melody played over an open string, again an open string thing, and we played it. Oh, that's a cool fun fact. On the recording, the intro is played on a tiny 100-year-old guitar. Literally was 100 years old.
Oh damn.
Uh, Super old strings and a tiny little wooden body on it, and it just sounds so fragile and what should we call it? Small. It just sounds small and thin, and you got to listen to that. When you hear the change intro, you'll hear what I'm talking about. It's this small, thin little guitar, and then it just explodes into the full sound. And that's and we try to kind of emulate that effect live, having just the thin little guitar line in the beginning, and then the whole band comes in after. And that's always such a fun song to play live. It's so yeah. So his riffs, Eric's riffs, I should mention. Diedrich is really tight bass player, and I love um, I love the chemistry that we had, and that tight rhythm section that we tried to be in. Um, we would groove together and make sure that the drums and bass were glued at live shows and on recordings as well, but especially live. Diedrich was we would keep eye contact and make sure that we made it as groovy as possible. And and his bass solo is amazing, of course. Uh, and yeah, I love his energy, and I love his I just really loved the way we played together. I should mention we've had a couple of second guitar players over the years. We've we've switched them out quite a bit, um, but they have contributed a lot as well. Some of them have composed melodies for certain songs, and they've developed the live material, and so, but they're a bunch of different guys. So, but I think they deserve a little cred. So, so yeah. But overall, just loved working with the guys because they were so creative and there was so much positive energy.
Yeah, seems pretty positive from what you've mentioned.
Mm.
Pretty nice. Awesome, man. I'm glad that you enjoyed your time with BlueGem. So,
Yeah, man.
because I know that
Totally.
there's these bands out there. I can't name any specific off the top of my head, but these guys kind of just get put into a studio. They throw on a headset. They do their things, and then they just walk out, and that's it. Like it's just, like their whole purpose is
Sure.
just
Yeah.
job. I like I
Yeah.
like more passion. I've noticed a lot from like the smaller artists that they are way
Mm.
more passionate about what they're producing. Like they care
Yeah.
about each and every single thing versus like I'm not gonna name any particular bands that are on like the bigger
No.
end of the field, but they will kind of just strum a guitar, yell into the mic, do whatever, and then just like be like, all right, yeah, mix this and release it tomorrow, and just walk out.
Yeah, I hear you, man, and I totally agree because you can hear it too. It shows. It shows that it's a passion product and it or a passion project, and it shows if it's not. It sounds just put together
Yeah,
versus it sounds when it's a passion thing. It sounds like it's got soul. It sounds deeper. You know, you can hear especially the little offs, you know, the things that are a little off here and there. That's the soul of the artist. That's because they wanted it that way. They wanted to leave that in, and we have many of those instances in our music. And we left it in for humanity, for the human feel and for the soul of the song. And yeah, it's just important that that passion is a huge part of it.
yeah, definitely, definitely. All right, so where are we here? 11. Okay, so we talked the other day, and I mentioned an older song that you guys put out called "Innocent Voices," which
Yeah.
I believe it was part of an EP from 2010.
Yes, it was on the first EP.
So, not just Innocent Voices alone, but that entire EP alone, if you had to give it a scale rating of 1 through 10, what would you give it?
Hmm. Okay, okay, let's see. So I'll give it my complete honest opinion. Um, 1 through 10.
Yes.
The Blue Gem EP, the 2010 first release, I would give it. Uh, I guess a 7.
7?
Maybe. Yeah, yeah, 7. Final answer. Because there were things there that I wasn't so happy with. Um, and it wasn't. Um, I mean, we're proud of it. I'm proud of all the songs from a songwriter point of view and um, from an artistic point of view.
Mm-hmm.
But as an EP, like production wise, it could have been way better. And I guess that's how it is with everybody's first EP. I guess most people feel. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'm just guessing that most people would feel that we didn't that wasn't our best, and then they try to top it with the second EP, et cetera, which I think we did. But I would rate that 7.
7? Alright. Yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I would give it like a 7.5.8.
All right.
Um, so here we go. What are we at? Alright. So, what songs would you say were the most popular from Blue Gem?
Definitely Dead Quiet. But there was another song called Chord by Chord,
Mm.
which is one of the least played songs on Spotify, but it's actually the most played song live. And that's just because people wanted it ever since we wrote it and started performing it. And we, as a band, to be honest, we were super sick of it. Um, I'm I was totally sick of playing it at one point, but we brought it back because we stopped playing it for a while, and then we brought it back. Um, and that is it's definitely not our best song in my opinion, but
Mm-hmm.
it's one of our first songs, and I guess maybe that's why the old school fans like it because they've been on the journey since chord by chord. And man, it's such a weird song now that I think about it, like lyric wise, and uh, it's funny when I hear it, it immediately takes me back to that era. But the production was a little bit fun. It was fun. That was where the Diedrich's bass solo came in. That was something we developed with our producer. It was an amazing producer, and and that became a cool thing to do live. We would extend it and play the bass solo on a loop and do like sing along parts and stuff like that. So chord by chord was definitely a big live thing. Then there's Dead Quiet, and then there's Mental Circus, which also was a huge crowd pleaser that people were excited to hear it live. And Music for You was our big starter. That was like our opening
Mm-hmm.
song. So I think most of our songs have opened with Music for You since it came out. So that's also a favorite because it has like the intro track that comes before. And you've probably not heard that because that's a live thing, um, but that's when you hear it, you know that it's Blue Jam time. It's and they know which song is coming and it's Music for You, and here it comes.
Yeah.
So that's and it's actually what's weird about it is that Music for You, in my opinion, is actually too short. And I'm looking at it now; it's 2:14.
Yeah.
It's too short a song, man. If I could change something, I would change two things. One, the tempo. The tempo is 173. I would take it down a couple BPMs just to nerd out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
170, 171, that would feel better, and also it would make the song a little bit longer and groovier.
Yeah.
And I would add another chorus, maybe add a double chorus to it. The way it is now is also cool though, because now it's very punk. It's very straight to the point. It's fast, and it's over in 2:14. So that's kind of cool, but um, it wasn't really a radio standard format, if you will. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So, next question I have here is actually a bit of a joint question with two different bands, but if you had to pick
Uh,
three songs from Blue Gem and Kenshiro to recommend to the people that are currently listening right now, what songs would those songs be?
all right. Cool question. Well, from Blue Gem, I would like to recommend Change,
Mm.
Dead Quiet, and actually, I'm gonna leave out Dead Quiet because that's like on top of the popularity thing, so that's what they'll see immediately anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Change, Music for You, definitely, and hmm, I'm looking at the songs. I'm just thinking like, what would be cool to Mental Circus. Blech, I couldn't say it. Mental Circus.
Okay. Nice, nice. Hey, I like if I had to choose, I mean, I was gonna say Dead Quiet too because
Yeah,
it's just such a classic. It's such a banger. But popularity
thanks.
wise, no problem. No, and popularity wise, I definitely have to put it on the back burner because it's everybody knows that song who tunes into the band. So for me, I'd have to say probably Innocent Voices, Music for You, and Agony.
Okay, cool. Agony. Shout out to Agony. Yeah, Agony is cool, man. It's got that weird key change.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of Eric's genius thingies. And it's got that uh, progression, man. It changes so much. This song develops. It goes from this happy E major, uh, sounds like you're, taking a stroll in the sunshine kind of vibe, and then it goes into this melancholic, uh, this dark, um, I don't know what to call it, like this halftime slow, heavy kind of feel, and then back into the happy feel. It's weird. And what's interesting about Agony, just as we're talking about Agony, Agony is the song that has um, it has uh, sad lyrics or dark lyrics on a happy melody, and that's a funny contrast because the melody is so happy, and the lyrics are like, "I'm useless with my agony," and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So that's kind of interesting about that one.
Yeah, I threw Agony on my personal Instagram page. I believe you follow me on Instagram. I'm just gonna double check if you do or don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, yes, you do.
Let me check myself. I do, right? All right, cool.
As the story actually expired, it was just a picture of me and my dog, and I had Agony on there, just because
All right.
I wanted to put a BlueGem song on there, and I was gonna put Innocent Voices, but then I was like, you know what, I'm feeling this more so to get to put on the story.
Yeah.
But
It's more happy, definitely. It's happy sounding, but
yeah,
if you check out the lyrics, it's not that happy, really, which is the cool thing about it.
for sure, for sure. So let's see. Oh yeah, we still have Kenshiro. 3 songs from Kenshiro you'd recommend to the people?
Oh yeah, sorry, I
That's
forgot.
alright.
Okay, so Kenshiro have not released that many songs. So let's see, we have one, two, three, four, five, 7 songs out. Wait, am I? Is that right? No, that's not right. Is it?
I believe it
Oh,
was
I guess it is.
6.
I guess it.
Unless
No,
you
it's 7. It's
7.
it's 7. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there's. I'm just gonna list the songs first. So there's Death Grip, Who Will Save Us, which features Charlotte September.
Mm-hmm.
Stymphalian Birds, which was our first single. Death Grip acoustic version,
Oh,
which
okay.
is a completely different version. Trojan Horse, All Seeing Eye, and Shutdown Reboot. Did I forget anything? Let me double check. The EP has, uh, yes, that's all of it. Okay, so 3 songs from Kenshiro. I'm gonna recommend um, Trojan Horse,
Mm-hmm.
just because I think that's my favorite. I'm not even sure. Actually, some of the new songs are super sick, and um but they won't be out until at least next summer or whatever. But so that's a long project in the making. But um 3 songs from Kenshiro. Okay, so that will be Trojan Horse, Who Will Save Us, and this is tough. I wonder what the guys in the band would want me to pick um, as the third one. Shit. Trojan Horse, Who Will Save Us? Um, it all depends on what kind of listener you are, you know?
Yeah.
If you want the chill stuff, you should go with the acoustic one. If you want something more hardcore, you should go with All Seeing Eye. But um, I guess the acoustic. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Death Grip acoustic version as the third one because that just shows our completely different side.
Yeah.
So then you have three very different songs.
For
Yeah.
So I would pick Death Grip, the non-acoustic version.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Cool.
Shutdown Reboot, and
Cool.
Who Will Save Us.
Good choices, man. Yeah, that's a good pick. All of those are cool. It was really hard to pick three. Um, but yeah, Shutdown Reboot has this sick riff that I'm very happy with how it came out, and Death Grip the original is. I mean, definitely check out the video for Death Grip
Mm.
if you're checking it out anyway, because we're very happy about that as well. Um, and that's on YouTube, so anybody can check that out. Yeah,
So
that's that.
one of the good things about Kenshiro being the featured artist of August is it's not a technical requirement here, but usually every DJ is asked to play one song per show of your music.
Mm-hmm.
So your music will definitely be getting out there a little bit. Um, I
Cool.
I don't particularly know if like the station manager or anybody else will end up contacting you or anything. So I know I figured to just break the news a little early.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Either way, it's cool.
Because by the time this whole interview goes up on air, you will already be the featured artist month. We'll be 5 days into August, so
Cool.
so
All right.
yeah, all right. I got two more questions, and then I'm gonna jump out of here. Let you get back to your life.
All right.
um,
All right. No problem. Shoot. Shoot.
we got number 15 here. The funniest incident that you've had with BlueGem.
Ooh. Huh. Let me think. I can think of one thing, but I gotta just double check that's the funniest because there's been so many. Man, there's so much crazy stuff. Um, man, some of it's even a little bit R-rated, I guess. No, I'm gonna stick with the shit. Which one? The funniest, man. What's the funniest? There's so much stuff, dude. Okay, I'm gonna say this though. We have. I'm laughing just thinking about it. We have a video diary. I shouldn't have said that. Oh my god, I didn't say that. I can't remember if it's been taken off YouTube, but oh shit, I said it. Okay, but anyway,
It's already out there for the
so
world.
yeah, it's already out there. If it, unless we took it down, we might have taken it down. I don't know. It's we made because we used to make video diaries. Like we made once a year, not like some bands where they post like every time they're in the studio they update and stuff like that. We made like one video for the whole year, so we were documenting the whole year, and we had a bunch of little DV tapes, those little DVs, this tiny little digital camera, and we would just film everything. Sometimes we had a camera guy with us. We had a camera guy with us on tour, just getting everything on for the diary. And man, there was so many funny moments. Man, so many stupid things too. Like, man, what's the funniest moment? Um, shit. Uh, I'm trying. There's something. There's a distant memory. I'm just trying to figure out what the whole story was. Um, man, I wish I knew that question earlier so I could have looked for it. Let's see.
Definitely a bit of a tough question, I can see.
Oh, I know it. I know it. I definitely. Oh my god, I just remembered it. Oh my god, I remembered it. It is okay. Drum roll. It's called the jacuzzi incident.
Oh
Oh my
boy.
god. Wow, that's so long ago. Okay, so the jacuzzi incident. So we were staying over at a friend's place. The whole band was sleeping over at a friend's place. He's a cool guy. I'm not gonna name him, but he's a cool guy. We would hang out and we would play Green Day Rock Band. That was a thing we did, and we would and our friend would make. We had just started drinking, and this was like I don't know 20. When was this even? 2009? I'm not even sure. Maybe 2009. And our friends would, or our guy whose place we were at would make us drinks, and he would mix the craziest things and make these insane cocktails with all sorts of stuff that had no business in there. Uh, and I don't even know what was in half of them, but uh, and my friends and we would drink this stuff and then it got late and then everybody went to bed and we were sleeping at separate rooms. Like me and the guy who lived there, we slept in one room, and Eric and Diedrich slept in another room. And we had the house for ourselves. His parents were out. I don't know where they were, and we would we would plan. I think it was Eric that whispered in my ear like, "Yo, wake me up after he's fallen asleep. I have an idea," he said. And I was like, okay, all right, sure. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and the guy would never fall asleep. And it was, I don't know what time it was. It was probably 2 or 3, and we were just lying there. I was just pretending to be asleep. And then he finally fell asleep, and I snuck out to the other guy's room, and I was like, yo, the coast is clear. What did you want to do? And then we snuck outside and we went nude into his jacuzzi in the backyard in the middle of the night, and he just slept, and we just we were just drunk and just talking about life and getting all deep, and it was just real funny just sitting there, three guys. I don't know how old we were. 2009, not very old, just sitting there nude, middle of the night in the guy's jacuzzi, which was of course off limits to anybody. He wasn't allowed to use it by his parents. Um, and we were just sitting there, and then we snuck back into bed. I can't remember if we got caught or not. That sucks. I wish I remembered, but yeah. And there was that, and the next day, I think it was the next day or the same day, earlier that day, we would go in the ocean, and it was super cold, and it wasn't like in the summertime. It was probably in March or something.
Mhm.
And and then we would sneak into his bathroom while his parents were home, and we took a bath together. It was the gayest thing. The three of us in his bathtub, and we locked the door, and he couldn't find us, and we were just sitting there drunk in his bathtub. It was weird. I wish we had footage, man. You would have died. It was the funniest thing. That's got to be the funniest memory, and it would have been 10 times funnier if you saw it and um, if you were part of it. Because man,
Oh,
I think they've probably forgotten about it. But that's a good one.
I wouldn't want to be part of the bathtub or the nude part, but being around for the instance, oh yeah, that would have been friggin' hilarious.
Yeah, it was weird. It was real. We were weird, man. We did some weird things, but that was a good memory that I remembered. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely an interesting story. I was not expecting Not expecting it to go down that curve of the field, but
Yeah.
definitely interesting. Definitely pretty funny. So, all right, we're gonna settle off. We're gonna get away from the nude bathtub, and we're gonna go on to the final question here.
All
Uh,
right.
so the final question I have for you is: have you ever worked with? Now you got me laughing.
Yeah, sorry, sorry.
All right, I gotta
Yeah, go on.
compose, do some deep breathing here. All right.
Yeah.
So, the final question I have here for today is: have you ever worked with any previous radio stations, whether that be online radio stations or like legitimate like mainstream stations?
Yeah, 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 definitely. Um, we've been aired a bunch of times on national Norwegian radio. Um, Mostly, I guess that was mostly after Dead Quiet and Music for You came out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a station, yeah, there's some local stations, and there were some national stations, and then there was some online radio. We got some airtime, particularly around I guess from 2012, and we got a few. We got aired a couple of times before that also, but nothing major. We didn't get into rotation or anything until Dead Quiet and Music for You. Yeah, but there was definitely uh, some stations abroad and some Norway and yeah, the U.S. Yeah,
Have you ever done like any radio jingles for the stations or anything like
I
that?
think so. I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think we have.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like a short little greeting. Yeah, yeah, I think we've done that a couple times.
I mean, if you feel interested with either Blue Gem, Conchir, or Charlotte September, I'm always looking for specific, like, personalized shouts for myself. I call them shouts, but jingles.
Yeah, yeah.
And so is the station in general. Like, if you ever just want to be like, hi, this is Gio from Kenshiro, and you're listening to Castle Black Radio, something along those lines. You know,
Yeah,
we're
cool, cool. I can do that.
always open for that
Yeah,
type of stuff.
for sure, for sure. We can do that.
But yeah, I mean that runs through each of my questions. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask.
Um, well, okay. First of all, I just wanted to ask, where can we stream the show?
So where this show's going to go, like this interview?
Yeah.
Okay, so on August 5th, from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For your time, I'm not too familiar. I believe that would be 12 to 3 a.m.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's going to be first aired on there. So everybody listening now
Hmm.
on Castle Black Radio, hello, how you doing? It's where it's going to be aired first, and then the next day following, for the people that miss it, or even just the people that are, want to sit through an hour interview again, I'm going to be uploading it onto my personal YouTube channel for interviews and DJ things of such. DJ Zave, which I don't think I've linked you. I will link you after the interview for this. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's where you
Yeah.
can
All right. Cool.
find all of this. So
All right. That's good. Should I maybe add some Instagram links or links at all?
yeah, I mean, if you
Or
have, we usually typically use Facebook for like the band profiles and everything like that. So
all right.
you can link Instagram
Well,
too.
yeah, yeah, I guess. I mean, my most of my projects are on there, but we're mo. I think most of the projects are more active on Instagram, but I mean, I guess I could just at least mention the bands because I'm in several bands just in case. I mean, I know Castle Black is mostly hard rock and metal rock oriented,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wanted to give a shout out to some of my other projects as well. Um, so as you know, there was BlueGem. There's Charlotte September, Kenshiro. Kenshiro's with an exclamation point and all caps. Then there's a project called Unison, which is my drum and DJ project with my friend Jim Grimm.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you can find on YouTube. We have a couple videos out, just like mixtapes that we do. Um, and then there's a band called Gas Gas Gas, which is one word, and that is my garage rock, garage indie rock kind of band. Um, we have we have a single in the works that's coming and a music video for the same single, and then they also have an album that they released before I joined the band. But definitely check that out. That's Gas Gas Gas. Also, there's my new band. It's called Kicks, and that's spelled Kiks, all caps.
Mm-hmm.
You can find that on YouTube. I mean, I guess we don't have anything real out yet. We have a single, but it's not under that name because it was released before we got the name Kicks. But that is a hip hop slash reggae band. And for the moment, it is more of a live act, but you can check it out at Instagram at Kicks underscore the band. Um, yeah, there's my YouTube channel if you want to see some videos, which is youtube.com slash at geopardalos, one word. Um, yeah, youtube.com slash at geopardalos. And then there's my official website, which is geopardalos.com. And I'm at geopardalos on Instagram. Yeah, and that's that.
All right, cool, cool. Yeah, the other bands I do want to check out at some point as well. I've only checked out three, which is BlueGem, Charles September, and Kenshiro. But at some point,
Yeah.
I'm interested to like most music, unless it's like country. Country, I'm not really into. I don't know if that's a thing out in Norway, but
Yeah. No, no, yeah, I mean it's a thing here, but it's I don't none of my bands are country. I mean I don't mind it, but I don't listen to it at all really. So yeah.
all right, cool. So thank you, Gio, for joining me today on Rage and Riff on Castle Black Radio. I hope you like the interview questions I put together, and
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. Those were some fun questions.
of course, man. I mean, great interview. It went a little longer than an hour, which is not too big of a deal.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah.
It's
I guess you're gonna have to edit that a little bit.
yeah, maybe, or I might just leave it the way it is. I think the interview went relatively fine here. So yeah. So real quickly for the people listening on Castle Black Radio, thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. And we'll be back with some more interviews. Give me some suggestions on the bands you want to see me interview next. And yeah,